Well, as American and South Korean forces commence their massive war games, Pyongyang responds with a show of force that threatens to escalate tensions. South Korea's military says that North Korea has now fired multiple ballistic missiles. Pyongyang has long viewed the drills as a provocation. South Korea, on its part, has strengthened its surveillance and is closely coordinating with the US following North Korea's latest missile launches. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff says that North Korean missiles were launched from North Korea's Hwanghae province. Now, these multiple missiles were launched just hours after annual joint military exercises kicked off. Now, the launch marks North Korea's fifth missile launch event this year. Last week, Kim Yoo-jong, the powerful sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, warned against further provocations in response to the US deploying an aircraft carrier in South Korea. We're talking about USS Carl Vinson and its strike group arrived in South Korea. This is the latest deployment of a US strategic asset aimed at displaying the firmness of US-South Korea ties. The ongoing South Korea-US military exercise, known as Freedom Shield, is set to last for 11 days. South Korea has strengthened its surveillance and is also closely coordinating with the Pentagon. North Korea's foreign ministry warns that the Freedom Shield drills could spark, and I'm quoting here, physical conflict on the Korean peninsula, and calling them an aggressive and confrontational war rehearsal. The US stations tens of thousands of its soldiers in South Korea, and the allies regularly stage joint drills, which they describe as defensive in nature. But such exercises between South Korea and the US, it has always angered Pyongyang, which regards them as rehearsals for invasion, and North Korea then responds with weapon tests of its own. Well, ties between Pyongyang and Seoul have been at one of the lowest points in years, with the North launching a flurry of ballistic missiles last year. Now, the joint US-South Korea drills will involve live, virtual and field-based training. According to a statement from Washington, D.C., the exercises between South Korea and the U.S. will run until March 20th. The exercises come after two South Korean Air Force fighter jets dropped 8 bombs on a village during a joint training exercise with U.S. forces on March 6th last week. And well, in that incident, about 31 people, including civilians and military personnel, were wounded. Just last week, North Korea unveiled for the first time a nuclear-powered submarine, which is under construction. Experts say that the submarine can pose a major security threat to South Korea and the US as well. North Korea obtaining a greater ability to fire missiles from underwater is a worrying development because it's difficult for its rivals to detect such launches in advance. Questions about how North Korea, a heavily sanctioned and impoverished country, could get resources and technology to build nuclear-powered submarines have surfaced.